I'm going to pull apart this engine to check the valve clearances. Top end rebuild for anyone that wants to do one. I'm doing it inside the bike. I'm not removing the engine from the bike. What I want to do is I want to line up the timing marks first, because sometimes these timing lines are slightly different to an ordinary timing light. So remove the cover, remove that, and the lines are different on every bike. So it's always good to have a good look before you start. Need a size 14 socket. This one here. Now there's a line here and here that I want to line up. Oh yeah, one screw in there. The one's there. Came off. Okay. One. Lines up there, so that's where I'm going to keep it. So that's 10. Okay, next carburetor needs to come off, and the exhaust. There's 2 bolts that hold the carburetor on. Where's it? That's 12. So exhaust got to come off. Also spark plug cover. I had issues starting this bike. I tried everything to try and start it. I pulled out the spark plug to check the spark, obviously. It was sparking, but as soon as when I put it in, it failed. The spark plug was on its very last legs, and every time I would have the spark plug in, it would fail. So I swapped the spark plug over, and that fixed my engine issues. Funny. Now you got 2 of the bolts from the carburetor intake manifold into the actual head, cylinder head. 2 size 10s there. On this side. They're a bit tricky to get to. Battery's flat. Swing it by hand. Cover is detached from the head. Move back around this side. After detaching the carburetor, you'll need to remove all the bolts connecting the engine, here, and leave the bottom one in and take off the chain. Leave the one bolt down here and it should slide down like there. That's good enough. Now you've got 4 bolts around here, here and here that you want to take off. They're small ones, and then you got then you got 4 size 12 bolts on top for the engine head. I've got one massive one in there. That's because I've threaded my head studs. Okay. 2 size 12. just try and stay out of your view. Next to the head, you can take off the cover. That's this here. Wedge it up with a screwdriver. It's most likely stuck together. Try not around the sides. What I like to do is sometimes take off the timing chain first. Then you got that gappage in there where you can lift it up without wrecking any seals. Try not to lose the washers, you'll need them later. I'll now have to find them later. Cam is off. You don't need to remove that bolt, but you need to remove this one here. Size 8 for me. You don't also need to remove the timing tensioner that's located on the side or here for you. It's going to slip. Actual size. Size 10, 8, 8. Ooh, there's the 8. Next, the head can come off. There is oil in it. Inspecting the head now. My exhaust valve was touching in 2 places, so I'll need to grind that. Oil. Oil. And you can slide the cylinder. Off. Cylinder is now off. Then your rings are here that you can change over, and there's a little clip here that you pull out. It's a pin, and you slide the, I forget that word, what it is, and then the piston just slides off. Replace the piston, rings back on.